A first spinner has edges numbered 0, 1, 2, and 2. Another spinner has edges numbered -1, 0, and 1. Each spinner is spun. The number on the edge is noted. We look at the random variable x. X is the sum of the numbers for the two spinners. And part A, we are to draw up a probability distribution table for x. To draw up a probability distribution table for x, we need to look at all the possible values for x. So let's look at this. Spinner number 2 has numbers -1, 0, and 1. So yeah, 1, 0, and -1. And then spinner number 1 has numbers 0, 1, 2, and 2. X is the sum. So when we find the sum, -1 plus 0 is -1. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus -1 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus -1 is 1. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Similarly for the last one. All these numbers are the possible values for x. So x takes values from -1 through 3. And to draw a probability distribution table for x, from here, we have x and the probability values. X has values -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. If we look at this diagram here, there are 12 possible outcomes, and only one of them has a value of -1. So the probability of obtaining -1 as the sum is 1 out of 12. There are 2 zeros, so the probability of getting a value of 0 for x is 2 out of 12. 1, there are 4 ones here, so the probability value is 4 out of 12. There are 3 2s, so we have 3 out of 12, and there are 2 3s, so we have 2 out of 12. And that will give us the probability distribution table. Now, we're not going to simplify this because we need to find the variance of x in part B. To find the variance of x, the variance of x is given by the expected value of x squared minus the square of the expected value of x. So for part B, let's find the expected value of x. The expected value of x is the sum of the product of x and its probability values over all x. So the x value, we have -1 multiplied by 1 over 12 plus 0 times 2 out of 12 plus 1 times 4 out of 12 plus 2 times 3 out of 12. And then we have 3 and 2 out of 12. So that is -1 over 12. That is the 0. Ignore that. And then we have 4 over 12, 6 over 12, and 6 over 12. And 16, that will give us 15 over 12, which is also 5 over 4. We also need to find the expected value of x squared. To find the expected value of x squared, that is the square of x times the probability of x, and we sum over all x. Then that will give us -1 squared. You have to square the value of x, and then we have 1 over 12 plus 0 squared, 2 over 12. And then we have 1 squared, 4 over 12, and 2 squared, 3 over 12, and 3 squared, 2 over 12. That will be 1 over 12. 0 times anything is 0. And then we have 4 over 12. That is 4 times 3. That is 12 over 12. And then 9 times 2 is 18 over 12. And that will give us a value of 35 over 12. We need to find the expected the variance of x. For part B, variance of x is the expected value of x squared, which is 35 over 12, minus the square of the expected value of x. So we need to square 5 over 4, and that should give us a value of 65 over 48, or in decimal, that is 1.35.